I'm Paul Nolan. I'm in a busy place called Eastern Market. It has all kinds of vendors, food market, butcher shop, flower stand, and this popular lunch counter, which is great. But it may make you wonder, what the heck does a food market have to do with community transit? Well, both community transit and Eastern Market are actually in the same business, the people business. That's the manager of Eastern Market, Tom Glasgow. Tom's built a thriving business by putting his customers, staff, and suppliers first. That's leadership, no matter what business you're in. As a transit manager, you have to keep your focus on people. Caring about your customers, employees, and stakeholders is a core value of community transit. But that's not all. Values such as honesty, integrity, equity, empowerment, and respect all play an important role in shaping community transit systems. Let's listen to how one transit leader put it in a discussion about community transit leadership.
All of public transit's always been value-driven, or it didn't survive. Bottom line, because it's air. It's nothing but a ride. So everything that you're doing is based at some core value, whether it's empathy, caring, whatever you want to call it.
The mechanic's got to care that that vehicle runs and doesn't break down. The bus washer's got to care that it's clean, and they got to know why.
But how do you put the value of caring, or any other value for that matter, into practice so that everybody in the system acts the same way? It starts with a clearly defined mission statement that reflects your values and drives your performance. It could be as simple as, we provide the citizens of our community with a dependable, clean, safe, and cost-efficient transit system. Or, to deliver outstanding transportation services which connect people to life. Or how about this from a well-known entertainment company? We exist to make people happy. These mission statements have something in common. They're simple and memorable. I wonder, can your mission statement pass the deli principle test? Here's the test. Ask for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on white bread. Chances are that's exactly what you'll get. Now, can I get a pastrami and roast beef with Swiss and provolone on a toasted sourdough roll with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, olives, cucumber, and a touch of German mustard? Impossible to get right on one try, right? Because the more we pile it on, the harder it is to remember. So the lesson is, keep it real, keep it simple. And another thing, be sure to involve your employees.
A consultant was visiting this organization and was helping them with planning, and they had the mission painted on the wall, and so they were talking to some of the drivers and employees and asked them, well, what's the mission of your organization? And they didn't know.
All of that work creating a mission statement, and the employees didn't even know what it was. Not good. How can you keep this from happening? Get your employees involved. Make them part of the writing or rewriting process. Each employee has to understand that everyone in the system has a role. And don't forget, you have to lead by example. Live the system's values, vision, and mission every day. And to do that, you have to come to work every day with a winning attitude. It's up to you.
You sure got that right, baby. That's the one. That's the only way you can do it. You can't do it no other way.
This is someone who has chosen her attitude.
That's right. That's right. You ain't got the right attitude. Ain't no need to come and work. Stay home. We don't need the bad attitude. We need the good attitude in here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here at Eastern Market, Tom Glasgow keeps things upbeat, even in the middle of the noontime rush at market lunch. Maybe an employee phoned in sick, or a supplier didn't make a delivery. Tom doesn't let that affect the way he deals with everyone else. We were talking with a couple of your employees, and the subject of attitude came up, and your people have a great attitude, and I'm wondering what you've done to foster that and to bring that about.
Well, I try to foster that by leading with example.
Okay.
I try to have the best attitude I can every day, and hopefully a little bit of that transfers down.
How do you do that? How do you actually have that great attitude every day?
You have a choice every morning when you wake up as to what your attitude is going to be. And it's a matter of just making the right choice for the day.
Yep, you can choose your attitude, just like you can choose what to have for lunch. Let's listen in for a second to our group of transit leaders as they discuss the role of attitude in leadership.
How do you choose your attitude on a daily basis, and what's the attitude you usually choose?
Your attitude is your choice. You know, I think a lot of people don't understand that they really have a choice how they want to do that. But if you come to work and say, you know, this job is great, what kind of fun stuff am I going to do today? You know, it's it's a lot better than going to work and having to look at the clock all day.
If you're going to work with a bad attitude, your employees and drivers and all are going to see that, and they're going to kind of either be walking on glass or they're going to be stepping lightly the rest of the day, and that's something I don't like to see.
One of the great things about Eastern Market is you always get a little something extra. Maybe it's a smile, maybe it's a couple of extra slices of bologna, or a surprise that makes your day. That's what keeps customers coming back.
The drivers know their people, and they get so well acquainted with them. If Maud Smith doesn't come to the door and she's got an appointment, what's happened to Maud? I mean, is Maud okay? Has she gone someplace and forgot to, you know? And it's this caring and sharing that they get involved in and really bring home to the community involvement or the family that you become with the services that we have.
And Tom Glasgow and his staff have to make sure that customers get what they want, so they'll go away happy, and then they'll come back and do it again. It's the same for your transit system. Ever have a boss who just stayed holed up in his office with the door closed? Believe me, there are bosses like that everywhere. But that's not leadership, because that person is shutting him or herself off from employees, customers, and everyone else who can help that business to grow and succeed. Come on, let's get out there. What brings you back to Eastern Market? This place here.
This place?
Are you a person that's easily pleased, do you think?
No.
No, okay, so if you're a person who's hard to please, then they must be doing a pretty good job here, if you've been coming back for 8 years.
Yes.
Hi, Ron, I appreciate your talking to us. Are you a regular here at Eastern Market?
Yes, I come here at least 6 times out of a week.
6 times a week you're here. You're more than a regular here. So let me ask you something. Let's say you didn't have to come here as part of your work.
Right.
Would you come back to Eastern Market anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would bring you back?
The breakfast, the people, they're nice, good deals. Everybody know each other like a family up here. You know,
Yeah.
Everybody know each other and everybody treat each other with respect. It's nice.
So
nice.
it's more than just breakfast, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a part of your life.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You can see what happens when you get out there and talk to people. You learn things, important information to make things better. One of the best ways to find out more about your passengers and how to improve services is through onboard rider surveys. But there are other ways, including interactive, using your website to collect information, and to encourage customer and community feedback. And it's the same for your employees. Ride your buses and see firsthand the challenges confronting your drivers. Talk to your dispatchers, have coffee with your mechanics, ask for their suggestions, and be sure to let them know you're not there to keep an eye on them, you're there to listen and to learn.
When we go out and ride with the drivers, and we don't do it at evaluation time. We just go out and just, you know, what's going on today and that type of thing. But we also talk to the customers that are riding with them. Everybody realizes that to do a better job, I'm going to talk to you about what you're doing. And it's not discipline, it's let's do a better job.
Something to think about. As a manager, you have to remember everyone is your customer.
So you have to treat fellow employees as you would one of your clients that you would have. So we kind of use that as everyone's a customer. That's probably one of our themes that we use.
Okay then, how do you remind your customers that public transit provides an economical, easy, and pleasant way to get around? How do you generate more riders? How do you ensure that your local board and state decision makers know the value of the community service you provide? Here are some people you can contact. Oh, yeah. The jacket, the briefcase, these are business tools. They're tools of advocacy. Building support and winning allies is one of your most important roles, especially when communities and funding agencies are making tough choices. If you're not out there making the case for your transit system, the money may go elsewhere. Sure, it's time-consuming and it takes some presentation skills. But if not you, then who?
We can't be sitting in an office. I always told my board of directors, if I'm sitting in my office, I'm not doing my job.
We're all nodding to that. If you're sitting, that's our tagline. If you're sitting in your office, you're not doing your job.
You're not doing your job. You're not doing your job.
Well, and a lot of us that have multiple counties, I mean, I have 9 counties and 72 cities, and you have to go out and really be out and about with those people, and like the Rotary groups and the chambers and the Kiwanis.
The new director has to be outward looking. He has to be going to chamber meetings. He has to be going to social service meetings, mental health meetings. I think that the transit manager nowadays has to be involved in different aspects in the community.
You know, advocacy is only one slice of your public outreach responsibility. The other slice is marketing. Marketing starts with understanding customer needs. It uses public relations, advertising, promotions, and other special events to get the word out. And it involves good customer relations. Of course, good customer relations starts with having customers. Hi, Mrs. Smith. Would you be interested in riding on community transit? You're eating lunch. I can do what with my bus? She hung up. Of course, you're not going to call everyone in your region to see if they need a ride. But you do have to find effective, economical ways of marketing your services. Use your imagination. You can advertise on just about anything. You can advertise in the local newspaper, on buses, on websites, anywhere. Take a look at some of these beauties. Be cool, ride the bus. Or I like this one too. Seed packet, plant yourself on public transit. Well, how about this little guy? Hop on board. And the little coin purse here has some words of wisdom. Make the change, ride the bus. Think TV ads are out of your league? Not if you're clever. Watch this next TV ad closely and see how Barbara Klein used a local business to get free ad time.
A&B Business Equipment would like you to know what our customers are saying. What do you like about the Ricoh Family Group products?
The features on the Ricoh copier are easy to understand and use for my entire staff.
Why do you like doing business with A&B Business Equipment?
Our service representative always finds time to answer any questions we have. You can take away my chocolate, you can take away my television, but don't you dare take away my Ricoh.
You can read about how to, or hear about how to do something, but when you see that how someone else has actually done it, so they've taken that and they've put that in place, I think that is so effective, to be able to hear another system like mine did this and it worked.
We don't reinvent the wheel a lot of times. Well, somebody said we copy and steal everything we can from each other.
Today, the internet makes it easy to steal ideas from each other because we're all connected. And we should be logging on as often as we can to see what other systems are doing.
We now have a newsletter. We do, like I said, the different types of surveys. We also do commercials, and we do an infomercial, too.
With South Central Transit's demand response service, we'll pick you up at your door.
Basically about a 7 or 8 minute infomercial that you can take to the Rotary clubs and those type of situations where people have the visual aid with the type of services you're doing. Probably the most important part is it works on the legislative process, too, because when you get those people involved on it, they actually have an understanding of what you're doing.
There's the media you pay for. That's called advertising. And then there's the media exposure that you really have to work for. It's good stories in the local paper, being interviewed on TV, and appearing on radio and TV talk shows.
Making friends with your local reporter. Because anytime there's any questions, he knows your face, he knows he'll give you the sound, he'll give you the bites, and he'll call you for anything. And it's free publicity.
Oh, I can see some of you shaking your heads. I'm not good at marketing. Guess what? It's not optional. People, whether it's decision makers or future riders, won't understand or appreciate what your transit system has to offer unless you tell them. And remember, good public perception goes a long way in helping to maintain public support and protect or secure funding. And you don't have to go it alone. There are lots of good ideas to steal.
CAT's regular buses take residents to work every day, but that's not all. Lynx Paratransit provides curb-to-curb service for persons with disabilities and senior citizens. More services coming to North Little Rock on Levy, Pulaski Tech, and McCain Mall routes. CAT's free Altel Arena shuttle takes you to the entrance from stops in Little Rock and North Little Rock. And residents in Sherwood, Maumelle, and other suburbs are commuting on the Max Hour Metropolitan Express service. Central Arkansas Transit. Wherever life takes you, let CAT get you there.
We're going to the mall!
It's my second set of wheels.
Transport, wherever life takes you.
Well, as you can see, there are lots of great ways to reach out to the community. So what have we learned today? We've learned it's up to you to set the mission, vision, and values for your system. And it's up to you to live it by example, so your employees will know you mean it. We've also learned that you have to choose your attitude. Some days, that's the only thing you can choose. And we've learned that for managers, everyone is a customer. It has to be all about them, right? And the best way to show that you know this is to communicate. Communicate, communicate with your riders, your staff, and all your community stakeholders. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to communicate with the rest of this crab cake sandwich. Thanks.
Enjoy it, Paul, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Tom. See ya.